Well, hey everybody, Mike Griffith here along with Chip Towers. And Chip, they just finished practice number 4 here at Georgia. The Bulldogs getting after it, and Kirby Smart addressing the media tonight. I guess I'll start out with Kirby talking about the arrest. Says that they will be dealt with in the right way. Didn't run from the problem. Said, hey, Tyler Simmons, Tyreek Stevenson are the 2 guys that were cited for disorderly conduct. They will be disciplined internally. Nothing too surprising out of that. What did you make of Kirby's comments and what we've seen so far this spring with those discipline issues now? 4 guys arrested within a month.
Well, there's no question, and you could tell by his attitude. I mean, it's something that has to be dealt with. I mean, you just got to nip that in the bud, however that has to happen. And, I'm sure he's done that internally, as he likes to talk about. But, I think it started off we weren't sure. Claude Felton, the sports information director at Georgia, wasn't even sure whether he was going to, initially talk about it in his opening remarks or to wait for us to ask about it. I just thought it was, good PR, smart to just deal with it right off the top of it. And, he was very, I thought, sincere about being disappointed in it. I thought it was sincere disappointment. Certainly that appeared to be the case. And as far as, what happens to those guys, the internal discipline, we'll never know what that is, but the proof will be in the pudding. Is that if Georgia can, stay on course, because the bottom line, this is a team of great potential. It's a team that's going to be a top 5 team, and these kind of things, they can mount and derail, great expectations, and there's great expectations for this program, and so I think discipline comes in many different forms. Sometimes it's on the field, sometimes it's off the field. And I think he made it pretty clear it was important to get it squared away. And we'll see whether that comes to fruition.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Kirby said the guys like to go downtown. Didn't say they're not allowed to go downtown. Just said when they do, though, they've got to act right. So he left it there. Talked about a lot of players tonight, Chip. I guess I'll jump right in with a story that just got posted on Dog Nation. Jordan Davis, the freshman All-American, the jumbo guy, 6'6", 330, a guy that Kirby said had some weight issues in the offseason, but says Jordan's working hard, doing as much cardio as anyone, and Jordan will be a very important guy on this defensive line, Chip.
Yeah, he really is. Well, that's it's such a thin position. Mm-hmm. We also got a chance to talk to David Marshall, and I have something posted on Dog Nation tomorrow, but he's part of that defensive line group. He's out while he's recovering from Liz Frank surgery.
On his foot, right?
On his foot. Julian Rochester's out.
Mikael Carter.
And Mikael Carter is out, on and on and on. There's a lot of banged-up guys up there. And then, you never have enough defensive linemen, period, especially in the spring. So that's just a really, really thin position. But I think they're going to eventually get better, and I think Jordan Davis is going to be a big part of that.
Yeah, now you had an opportunity to, talk to David Marshall and Kirby Smart as well about some of these young linebackers that are emerging.
Yeah, so David's interesting. We haven't talked to David in a while because he
he's been out since what, about the Vanderbilt game last year, right?
It was a Vanderbilt game, and it was one of those weird things because remember we kept asking Kirby if he was coming back, if he was coming back, and turns out he never came back after the Vanderbilt game, and that's after he earned the Defensive Lineman MVP award for the what he did in the Tennessee game. So, I mean, make no mistake about it, he's big time. But David continues to be a leader. He's part of the leadership committee that Kirby appoints a lot of their seniors to do, and he had a lot of great things to say about Georgia's linebacker core. Kirby went on and on and on about the outside linebackers. I'm also getting a post ready to go up in the morning on his comments about Nolan Smith and Jermaine Johnson. Georgia fans will be glad to hear about those guys. Those are 2 early enrollees that came in that, based on early flashes, those guys are going to make an impact. And man, I've heard havoc plays. I've heard more about havoc plays than I've ever heard in this spring camp, and those 2 guys are going to be part of the formula to fixing that.
Yeah, Kirby also said Jamari Salyer, the most improved offensive lineman through the first 4 practices. Jamari came in as the number 1 guard in the country. He's playing guard. He's playing right tackle. He's gotten some first-team reps. So some really good competition on what's already a really great offensive line. It sounds like these young linebackers starting to emerge. Haven't really heard too much about the secondary, Chip. I don't know. Again, quick wrap-up tonight from practice 4. Monty Rice was a guy we thought we were going to talk to. Monty was a game captain last year, actually, when he injured himself before the UMass game. But Monty Rice no-showed tonight. So one of the potential leaders not there to talk to us tonight, was hoping to visit with Monty Rice tonight. So really the only player we talked to was David Marshall. We'll see if there's going to be any more availability this week. Obviously, Kirby Smart has the coaching clinic that's coming up this weekend. Doug Peterson will be there, the Philadelphia Eagles head coach, as well as Lane Kiffin. I guess you got to have some entertainment. It was either that or Bozo the Clown, right?
Yeah.
So any other parting?
Interesting to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, I guess so. Any closing thoughts from you, Chip?
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed not to hear from Monty Rice because I actually wanted to see his thoughts on Nakobe Dean. There's a little bit of buzz about the young freshman, #1 ranked linebacker in the country coming out of Mississippi, and he's apparently flashing a little bit as well. So hopefully we'll hear about him another time. It's just practice 4 of 15, so they've had 2 in full pads. So we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty now. Now we'll see who emerges over the coming days and weeks and see if they can stay healthy. That's going to be an important part of this whole deal as well.
No doubt. That'll wrap it up for tonight. Mike Griffith, Chip Towers. Everybody have a great Tuesday night. We'll be with you again later this week.